Hey guys, welcome back. Drip and Farm for Power Host Drip Coach. So let's jump right into it. So today we're going to be talking about the liquidity and something I brought up before, reference how bad actors can and have basically wrecked drip. And we're going to go into some numbers and actually break things down. So one good thing, since Triple D has launched, we have moved this liquidity around. Now, first, some of you may not even be familiar with that. So let's look at the term liquidity. It is the manner in which assets are converted to cash quickly and efficiently, avoiding drastic price swings. If an asset is illiquid, it takes a long time before it can be converted to cash. Liquidity pools play a large part in creating liquid decentralized finance. So liquidity in this sense is basically what's in the Pancake Swap DEX, which is our BUSD. So only thing that really matters in terms of liquidity for us is how much BUSD do we have and how much BNB do we have. That is basically what this is saying about being converted to cash. Drip is not cash, so you have to convert it to either BUSD or BNB. And the way these pools work is they have to maintain a ratio of those assets, drip to BUSD and drip to BNB. Now, what I'm going to show you is, like I said, how this quickly became a train wreck, and it was basically just due primarily to what they call on this the fear and greed index, or the market cycles. People got super greedy, and drip already by design had extreme leverage, but that wasn't enough. And bad actors, or people just greedy, I guess you can say, don't even want to call them bad actors, right? They just played the game the way it was written, and they just kept taking out as much as they could. And this is where we're at. But let's break that down and take a look at that. So first, let's look at what 1% per day interest would be in dollars. So if you were to put in $100 and you were actually able to get 1% per day paid out over the entire year, and it was dollars, not a coin itself, you end up getting 3,716%. That is insane. Now, luckily, Drip has some taxes in place to reduce this, but I just want to show you how much leverage 1% per day is compounded. 3,716%. Now let's jump over to drip.formulate and look at what if you bought a max wallet right out the gate to see how much, because that would determine how much you'd be able to get percentage wise by buying right out the gate. So we're gonna go with the it automatically does it for you. So pure compound, even though it automatically start claiming, right? So now it's assuming claiming daily on day one because we have a max wallet. So what we see on Drip Formulate is they actually have this tab here for net claim. Net claim is minus any hydrations or compounds. So since we're only claiming, we just add that column up. So we can go all the way down to the bottom. So from your 27,400 drip tokens you purchased, you are able to claim out 67,404. And if that was at $1 and it stayed the same, you basically have 2.3x leverage. Remember, this was 3,016. So this is 230%. So that is already like, this is already like 15x over that almost, right? Now, let's take a look at what happens when you cut this in half, because the less the amount you put in, the more leverage you have. Now, you don't get the same amount of tokens, but you have more leverage because you're now taking a smaller amount and compounding that still until max payout. Now you'll incur some whale taxes and all that, but still, since you start with a smaller amount, you end up with a bigger difference between the two. So for right now, that difference, you'll see what I'm talking about. Right now, that's still about 2x leverage, right? But I've taken the liberty to put this in a spreadsheet for you, make it easy. So over here, we have, if you put in 13,700 drip tokens, you would get out after taxes 54,568. So that's, sorry, that's 398. So I thought it was 2. I was misinterpreting that because I didn't put in the right amount. But you would get this out, and then at 6,800, you would have 700% leverage, basically. So that already shows you, again, the power of the drip ecosystem. So what I'm getting at, the smaller the amount that you have to put up, the bigger the leverage that you'll have, because especially, and I'm gonna show you, if you're team building, you can get all the way up to 67,000, 50,000, 40,000 with putting in very, very little. But let's take a look at this liquidity, right? So right now we're gonna be looking at what happens with $1 million, just simple math. So we have 100 investors and all of them put up $10,000. And let's just say that was able to get them a max wallet. You can use dollars and use drip, it doesn't matter, but I'm using dollars so you can actually understand how this happened. So if that person put in $10,000 and all things stayed exactly the same, the contract would give them 24,600, and that would take the balance down to 975,000. When they did the same thing with number 2, you can see that the balance drops. Now, we get all the way down to only 40 people are able to get paid out before we run out of money. Again, with all things staying exactly the same. That is the power of 1% per day and the whale system that's built in. You already get 2.46x leverage just by playing the game quote unquote correctly. Buying a max wallet, everybody doing the same thing. It already does not have the features in place to sustain itself. So liquidity is an issue. That's why it lasted so long, is because there was always new money coming in. But let's just zoom down here and you see that we are missing 1.46 million dollars in this sense because of the way that this is leveraged. And it gets much, much worse as you go down. So if one person only put in 6,850, let's take a look at that. So again, people playing it correctly, they put in 6,850, they're able to get out 48,333. Again, this would be in drip tokens, or it would be in if the contract stayed exactly the same. So what ends up happening now, so you have these 4 people that played the game correctly, did what they're supposed to, compounded to max wallet, but then now all of a sudden you can't even pay out the 40 people that you had. You can only pay out 36. And that's saying that these other people put in, again, that 10,000 to get us up there. Now let's take a look at what happens when influencers play the game. And this is not to throw shade. I've already done that in other videos, but in this one, it's just to show the power of the leverage. So I picked 5 influencers that I've seen just some of the largest amount of leverage, just to show you what happens. So in this case, we had one of Ray's original wallets, puts in 36 real deposits, and he's able to pull out 63,000. So you saw already from the previous example that that is a lot of leverage. If you put in 36, you get 63,000, that makes a big dent. This one is CK. He hasn't claimed out yet, but he only had 8 real deposits in here, and he's claimed 31,500. This is my team leader, put in almost 90 and then claimed out 75,000. This is Pelton, put in 9, claimed out 54,000. This is FUD Farm, put in 51, claimed out almost 40,000. So what you see is a common narrative that the influencers, especially those that knew how to play the game, didn't actually put a lot of capital in. Apparently, I was the only idiot. Well, I can't say only. I know there's other people that played the game correctly too. But when I built my wallet, I was actually doing a lot of my own real deposits. So I put in a lot more capital. I think I put in more capital than all these guys combined for my first team wallet. I did way more. But so if you have people that are actually trying to help the system, then they will end up, making this much more sustainable. But when you put in, just a couple bucks, obviously we're at hundreds of dollars or whatever, but still you get the point. Here's the leverage. So now let's take a look at what happens on this. So I've taken the liberty of putting these out here. So for Ray, purchase 36, net claim 63,000. That is 176,000% leverage. CK, 394,000% leverage. Juvier, 83,000. Pelton, 600,000. FUD Farm, 78,000. So that comes out to an average of 266,000%. Remember, 1% per day. It's only 3,716. These influencers like almost 10x that. No, that's more than 10x, almost 100x that. 10x would be 37,000. So how sustainable do you think a platform is when you have these sorts of incentives and then you have this amount of greed? So naturally that money has to come from somewhere, and it's going out from the small investors into the pockets of the big investor or the influencer. This is what Mystify was trying to show you guys, but I see from some of the comments, people just don't get it. They're like, you're getting paid 1% per day, 1% per day. It's like, you don't understand. It does not matter when you're losing 2, 3, 4, 5%. And then when you do make a gain, somebody else is getting 176,000% all the way up to 600,000%. You can't win. So to me, the solution, put this in another video already, is that this needs to change. We made the made the new referral system for Triple D. Why not get rid of this one on the current the drip website, the existing drip UI and the drip faucet and fountain? Change that to the Triple D. You got to be in it to win it. You got 24 hours to match whoever buys. Remove the compound hydrate referral that gets kicked up. Remove that incentive for these leechers to make money. And I'm an influencer. I have a team, right? So I'm willing to take the hit on that. That would better the system as a whole. But again, nobody's going to listen to me. And these people that are making money definitely don't want you to see that. But let's just take a look at these numbers real quick. Again, this is with all things being consistent. It doesn't stay that way because drip would have died a long time ago. So luckily, due to the liquidity and price action, people can get paid out. But what I did here is take the average purchase. That's $339 drip. And then I took this average drip UI price, which is found by basically dividing the total amount here, trade volume, and all-time trades. So that comes out to $9.83. I've done that before, but I just want to give you guys some numbers so you can see it yourself. So let's just assume that this $9.83 is the average price, and they bought an average of 39 drip. At that price, that means they put in $383. And they were still, when you take the average that they can leverage and pay out, I think I did it for each person. No, I did it for the average. So that average, that means already number one is able to basically drain the contract right there due to that leverage. So that's not sustainable. We move down and then it just gets worse. So it never comes back because there's not enough capital coming in to outpace these influencers. Now, the good news, this is not all doom and gloom. Again, the good news is there's not that many of them that have this, that do this. When you look at the grand scheme of total investors in drip, there's not that many bad actors that need to be removed. So again, a simple solution. The actual fountain contract can be changed. Your buddy can't be changed, but the referral rewards and that kind of stuff can actually be changed. Again, I confirmed this with BB and with somebody else in my comments that looked at the contract. That's a dev. So that can be changed. That can be adjusted. And I think that would be in the betterment for the entire community. And that could, it's not going to reverse things for sure, but it could help to stabilize things, because people that keep getting a lot of drip from the referrals, then it's kind of too little too late, but it's better than not doing nothing, because they still get all these rewards and they can just airdrop them and keep making new wallets with that 1% interest. But at least you stop feeding the beast. That would be the smart thing to do. So I just want to show you guys this, the sustainability, the liquidity, how that works. Without enough fresh capital coming in to outpace this, then this is what we're going to continue to see sell-offs and downward price action for drip. And the people that have been in the longest will continue to sell because they're in profits no matter what. And I'm showing you the leverage that they get. But again, we, the community, can fix this. Forex and the dev team, if you guys make enough noise with them, they could fix this. It's just a simple, to me, copy paste what they did with the Triple D referral structure and paste it on top of drip and just get rid of all the team referral rewards, round robin, all that shit. Get rid of it. It was changed once, change it again, because clearly it's not working right now. So do something that can actually reverse the sentiment and show the people that are still invested that the team in charge does actually care about the community. Failure to do so, to me, tells me that they don't care and they're just letting it bleed out and willing to let it die. So that's all I got. Hope that provides some value, some clarity, some insight, and some hopium. There is still hopium. And if it did, smash that HBO special, help brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below. And until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.